The PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X are scheduled to be released in holiday 2020 later this year, but it seems like we may not be getting that after all because of the pandemic that we are going through. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about that, giving you guys the information that we do have at hand, and yeah, let's get into it. G'day guys, and welcome back to the gaming news. I'm Champ Chong, and yes, I haven't been uploading recently. Sorry, if you're wondering where I have been gone, well, I've been looking for toilet paper. It's a crisis right now. No, but seriously, I will explain everything and where I've been, what's been going on, why I haven't been uploading, but I'll leave that for another time. What we do have to focus on here is the PlayStation 5, the virus, and the Xbox Series X and the release of these new consoles. But really quickly, just to kick off the video, because my health is good, but my channel's is not. My channel's pretty dead right now. Please smack that like button real good. Just bam, like that, maybe. I don't know. Leave a comment, your thoughts on everything that you do see in this video and find out. And yeah, now let's talk about what's really, really important, which is the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and their releases, their price, and all that stuff due to what's happening in the world right now. Because it is a scary time, and this isn't my usual kind of report. I do have all my notes here, I do have all my sources, and I'm reading quite a lot of stuff. And the main thing, I'm gonna just put this out there at the very beginning of the video. You can keep watching if you want to support this channel, because I am a content creator. This is how I make my money. Please watch out throughout the whole video and just note down everything that you do find out. But at the very beginning of this video, what I'm gonna tell you guys is what we should expect, and the things that we should expect are two things specifically, and those are delays and a change of price. What do I mean by a change of price? We're looking at potentially seeing a price hike of about $100 to $150 on the consoles. That could go up depending on how long this whole crisis in the world is happening for. But the major thing is a delay of the consoles, because we were expecting them in the holiday 2020 for the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, but now that's looking pretty unrealistic. There is a third thing I will mention here really quickly, and that is there will be limited amounts of consoles if they still go for that like November, December kind of range, October, around there in the holiday 2020 release. Even when they do release, let's say April, sorry, I hit my camera's tripod. If they do release it, they're gonna be limited amounts of consoles, and that's just going to really suck. But anyway, now let's dive into what I've got at hand here real quick. So, DFC intelligence reports have stated that should the systems eventually make it out on time, supply will be constrained and initial pricing could be higher than expected. Coronavirus is likely to have a major short-term impact on the delivery of the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. There is a strong likelihood that one or both of the systems will not make a 2020 launch. We're in uncharted territory, of course, and it's possible this pandemic can be resolved sooner than expected. Even with the most optimistic of outcomes, though, the DFC intelligence believes that the production schedule for Sony's upcoming system will already have been seriously impeded. The ability to manufacture and release high-end new game system has already been severely impacted, and that's what they stated. Now, in pretty much any other scenario, I'd be pretty angry right now. I'd be pretty upset. I'm a gamer. I want my new consoles. Even in a situation like this, I'm thinking, my gaming brain is thinking and telling me, Champ, why are you not more outraged? We could have these consoles and then we've got something to do while we're in self-isolation. But the reality of the situation is, it's a much bigger situation than just not getting our consoles, and it's what we have to deal with right now. Now back to the production of the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, but back to Sony specifically. As I just mentioned, Xbox said a bunch of stuff about the Xbox last night, but then you've got Sony on the other hand, really haven't said anything at all regarding the PlayStation 5. Which is quite strange that they have been silent, but now they've got kind of a reason to stay silent. Could we expect anything in the meantime? Probably, actually, which is what's really strange, because I've been reading quite a lot of stuff about PlayStation potentially revealing some information regarding the console's release and all that stuff in the next 7 or so days. It really comes down to seeing how this epidemic does grow, if it sustains the size that it's growing at, or if it kind of just, I guess, flattens the curve, which is what a lot of people have been saying. And that'll change a lot, because It does depend on China, and we don't actually have those numbers. So that's the really tricky part. Obviously, China is a very different part of the world to the Western world, and the West is pretty much updating the numbers daily, while China really isn't doing that. And I'm not going to get into that politics and epidemic side of things. My talking points here about the PlayStation. So without knowing those numbers and what's happening in China right now, we don't know the scale of production. Obviously, nobody's working in the factories in China right now from what we have heard. So it really sucks that that is happening. But anyway, what we do know is the Xbox side of things. The Xbox side of things is looking pretty good. I don't know if they are going to stick to that holiday 2020 schedule. What's really weird is they are still kind of advertising that, even with everything that they have posted in the last day. And we're going to jump right into that stuff right now. But quickly, in the comments down below, let me know your thoughts regarding delays, if you're outraged or not. Just let me know what you guys think regarding this whole matter. Obviously, it's a situation none of us have ever been in before. It's a whole different thing. So yeah, please be civil in the comments, and I'm pretty sure you guys will. So yeah, leave a comment down below. But now let's jump into the Xbox side of things, a more happier side of things, which is the stuff that they revealed last night, which was just awesome. So the first thing I am showing you guys are the specs of the Xbox Series X. These are the full specs. They were released last night. So it's an 8-core Zen 2 CPU at 3.6 to 3.8 gigahertz. Then you've got the RDNA 2.0 GPU. And then there's ray tracing, obviously, 16 gigs of DDR6, 1 terabyte PCIe 4.0 SSD, and then there's actually an external PCIe slot that will have an expansion for an SSD, but that's going to be proprietary. I can't even say that word, I apologize. I just totally went through that, but it will be a specialized port that you will have to use a Microsoft Xbox kind of hard drive that you stick in the back, which you can see here. A lot of people were questioning what this was. I did falsely report this because that's pretty much all we knew at the time, what it seemed like. But I, a few months back, thought that the port at the back was a developer port, but it is not. It is going to be on the final console, and it is for that external terabyte of storage. Hopefully they do give options of 2, 3, 5 terabytes or something along those lines. It honestly looks kind of like a memory card, but it's just a beefed up memory card. It's not one of those 8 megabyte memory cards or whatever they were back on the PS2. This is a terabyte at minimum, and it is SSD. Now, the Xbox will be featuring, I think, 1 terabyte already in the system, so that's pretty good. Yeah, it's 1 terabyte, so you can add that additional terabyte plus more. You don't have to get this if you do have older games from the Xbox One and 360. Because those games can be on a regular hard drive that you can plug through USB on the system. Now, on a fun side of things, for some reason, they decided to show us this. It's actually great. It is the Xbox Series X compared to a fridge in dimensions, because obviously, if you remember this right here, it was the Xbox fridge when they revealed the system. There were so many good Photoshops and memes and everything. It was great. So to see Microsoft having a laugh at themselves is brilliant. But what I really, really love about what they've done here is just how they've put it all together in this case. It's essentially a mini PC, and it's really powerful from what specs we've seen. Now, speaking of the power, look at this video right here. It's the Xbox One X compared to the Xbox Series X, and yeah, they can play games for a long time until the Xbox Series X. The Xbox One X ends up actually giving us the game to play because it takes so long in comparison to load. And that comes down to the SSD. So that's one of the coolest things I've seen in there, definitely. This system is very powerful, it's very quick, and I love that the SSD is going to just make games so smooth. Because if you remember, like loading up a game on especially GTA 5, not a good experience and not the greatest. So let me know what you guys think about that. I will leave the news of Xbox on the Xbox Wire in the link down below if you guys want to read more about that. I'm pretty sure you guys know all about that, but there's a lot, and I don't want to go through all that because that's Xbox's stuff to go through, so I will give you guys that source information down below. But anyway, that's it for today's gaming news show. Hopefully you did enjoy my return, as weird as it is. I didn't think I'd be back in a world like this. I will obviously talk about why I haven't made a video in a while. It is health related stuff, but it's nowhere near something that's going on in the world right now. So I'm not going to get into it right now. It's very minor compared to what's happening, so I'm not, yeah. Anyway, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Please smack the like button if you did, and hopefully you stick around and see more videos, because I'm going to be uploading gaming news, gaming videos, all that stuff, since now we're all locked away and we can't do anything. So, yeah, please stay safe, everyone. I'll see you in the next one.